Okay, so welcome. It is January 30th or January 31st, soon to be February. And I have a fairly short teaching talk for you today about why we lie down and we sit up. And we kind of have to talk about both in this tradition because they kind of relate to each other. And we've covered this before as well, but I think if we're going to talk about sitting up, we have to go back to talking about lying down. So we're talking about it in a slightly different context now. When we talked about lying down in the past, we've talked about it from the context of connecting with the earth and letting go of a lot of tension. And I think I've mentioned this in the past, but maybe more in passing. So when we do lie down, another reason for lying down is that when we, just a quick question here. Eva, have you done any of the recorded meditations? Or you?
I've done some meditations.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you're kind of joining us brand new here tonight. So in this lineage of meditation that we do, we start lying down on our backs. And we've been doing that pretty much for the last 4 months since October. And we're going to introduce some sitting meditation tonight. So that'll give you context for this conversation. So when we lie down, we assume the posture of an infant, a baby, supine and relaxed, but open and awake and alert. And a baby would also be intensely ready to learn. And adults generally don't lie down in such a relaxed way unless they're going to zone out, watch TV, go to sleep. So in other words, there's going to be some level of unconsciousness when you lie down for the most part as an adult, unless you do somatic meditation. The rest of the time, adults are upright. And then there is this level of tension. When we're upright, there are all of our agendas, our ambitions, our paranoias. All of this is in full activation. So when we lie down, we're able to access the infant state of openness, unconditional readiness. And it's really easy to access that lying down. And it's more easy to learn about our body, develop our awareness in that lying down position, just like babies do. You know, babies are very open to development and learning. As adults, it sort of becomes more challenging. However, there comes a time for us, once we've experienced what it's like to be fully present, relaxed, and awake and aware in the lying down position, that there does come a time for us to adult and to sit up. Because, you know, there's sort of this, we can't go around lying down all the time. we have to sit up. We are upright in our lives. And when we come to this upright posture, there's this consciousness, there's this awareness around how we start to depart from that state that's possible for us lying down. The relaxation, the lack of tension, the openness, the alertness, the awareness. When we sit up, we start to have an awareness of the tension that comes into our body, the ways that we numb out, the ways that we freeze, the way that we kind of block out of our experience. And as we move back and forth between the two in our meditation practice, from lying down to sitting up, we are starting to learn how to be in our adult bodies by remaining open to the possibilities that we've become aware of from lying down. This idea of letting go, releasing tension, being open, being alert, and having this unconditional awareness. So that is the intention to bring with us from the lying down posture to the sitting up posture, which we're going to practice tonight. So we will go around now, and you can have the chance to introduce yourself. I meant to say, you will need a meditation cushion or a chair tonight, or a meditation bench, whatever you usually use for your seated meditation. So if you need to go get that, you can go get that. And then now we'll go around and you can introduce yourself, your name, where you're connecting from, the time it is, any intentions for this evening, or maybe any questions you have about that.
I'll go. I'm Lisa, and I'm in Calgary, Alberta, in Canada. And right now it's 6:30 in the evening. And I guess my intention for tonight is just to kind of get back into the live meditation, because I was absent for the last two, but I did them both yesterday, actually, which was interesting because the first one was great. That was the January 16th one. And I got a lot out of that class. And I think I posted something on that one on the forum. And then I had a bath and a little break. And then I did the next one. And that one, I didn't get as much out of it, only because I think it was maybe too much for such a short span of time. So I felt like I should have left maybe a bigger gap in between them, just because I think the first one was still processing for me. So, and the first one I really enjoyed listening to those of you that were there speak after you kind of got back up from it, because it was amazing. It was like you were speaking for me, because I had really experienced the same thing that a lot of you guys spoke about. So anyway, tonight I'm just looking forward to kind of being live and present with everybody again, because I find I get a lot of kind of shared energy from that practice. So yeah.
Thanks, Lisa.
Okay. I'm Sandrine. I'm sitting in Hanoi. It's 8:40. Usually at that time I would be at work, but we have a few days off because it's bank holiday because of the Lunar New Year. Yay! And yeah, the meditation, I started, I always try to do a little bit of meditation after the yoga I do in the mornings, but I think I will try to change my schedule and maybe do some of the recorded meditation in the evenings. I have not yet I have to find the time slot to do it. Otherwise, after the yoga, the problem is that then my head already gets started into going to work, and then that's not a good idea. So I usually try to do it on the weekends, but that's somehow for the meditation not enough, because it's too, for me, I sense that it's too long a time span between the days, and then reflecting on it, and then you go your head over it all the time, which is not the sense I think to do it. So I would just try to find the the right time to get into a regular practice on it. Maybe like every 2 days or something like that. I don't know. I have to see.
Okay, welcome, Sandrine.
Well, I'm Betsy. I'm over on the East Coast of in Georgia. It's about 8:30 at night for me. I had a strenuous workout this morning. I went to a class that I thought would be this easy peasy little thing, and I thought I was going to die in the warm-ups.
Oh, God.
But I stuck in there. Mat Pilates in a health club. And I know enough about Pilates to know how to think what that would be, but it was really quite a range of people. So tonight I'm totally ready to meditate and relax. I feel like I've paid my dues, worked my body. I feel like I may have broken a couple of ribs, but I think it's just the intercostal muscles. And just chilling back in my body would be nice tonight.
What happened? Was it a sub teacher, or what happened?
I was choosing between a water aerobics class, and it's cold here, so I didn't want to really get in the cold water. It's a heated pool, but cold in the southern. And so I went a little bit earlier, and I went to this class, which I've been kind of playing with, adding to the mix. And it's a young woman. One of the women I practiced with came over. They were very supportive and said, "Oh, you were wonderful and great. You know, do come. It gets easier." I was clearly dragging the bottom of the class. They're like, "Come on, stay with us." And I'm like, "Okay." And she said, all the other classes are same name of the class. They're all easier than this particular teacher because she's had a child and has so much energy. And I'm like,
what? That makes no sense. That's not right.
No.
I hate to see what she's like when she's tired. that's postpartum. But anyway, it was a good class, and I of course adapted down. You know, while they're doing deep lunges and hopping from one side of the leg to the other leg, and reaching behind with their feet, I was doing like a yoga chair. It worked the same general muscles and didn't break me. It was good for me. I'm a slow to move person. It was good for me to get out and move.
I'm just thinking you should come over to the West Coast and get some of our legal medical marijuana and put it in her water.
An idea.
They sell it in water. You can just switch it out, That might slow her down.
I think maybe she's just glad to get away from the kids. Maybe that's just, hey, throw that time.
I knew I was in trouble when she turned on the music, and I'm used to yoga music.
Oh, no.
It was soft, but it was a beaty music, and I'm like, why do we have that speed of a beat in this classroom?
That's great, Betsy.
My name's Eva. I'm from Coldwater, Canada. And I did the yoga, the 398 one today, the grounding, which I found really good and strengthening as well. So it was a good experience doing that. It was a perfect class for me today.
I love how you just added 30 classes to my schedule, just put 30 more classes under my belt. I'm on I'm like almost at 400 according to Eva. It's 368, but that's totally fine. I thought that was awesome. So you've had a good core workout today too then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a nice one. An interesting way to draw energy in. So you can connect to the earth underneath you, but you can also bring it into your center, which is another way to find stillness. Yeah. Thanks, Eva. Nice to have you.
Glad to be here.
Hi, my name's Annette, and I'm calling in from Massachusetts. And I'm happy to be here tonight. I'm looking forward to just seeing what happens.
Great. Thanks, Annette.
Thank you.
I'm Maria. I'm from New Jersey. It's almost 9 o'clock here now. I also did 368 today. It was a good class. It was really a good class. I need to build up more of my upper body strength for sure. I have to work on your strength series. I've been seeing a lot of people are doing that lately, and I definitely have to do that strengthening series. I have no upper body strength anymore. Mm-hmm. So that was a little tough, but it was a good class. It was a really good class.
Are you feeling it here? Because you went like this a couple of times.
Yeah, like it's right here. But it was good. I mean, I felt like really strong after that. I mean, I could feel the energy flowing, and it was good.
Yeah, and I think so. It'll be interesting to see if you can let go of that. So here's a couple of interesting things. It'll be interesting to see if that tension will let go when you lie down tonight, mm-hmm. right? How long you need to carry it for. The other thing is, as you build your upper body strength too, if you can let go of this happening and keep it down
I did
here.
Notice my shoulders kind of, when because you gave cues as we're going along and doing the poses, and I kept on putting my shoulders back down, mm-hmm. and trying to release this down, and especially when we were back up, when we did like Eagles pose and stuff, I was trying to like really like lower, and I mean that felt great, like releasing my shoulders a lot in that pose too.
I'm guessing it was dolphin though.
Dolphin pose kind of, I felt a lot of tension there because I'm not used to doing that in that way. I'd rather mm-hmm. do down dog and be up higher, but that was kind of a little bit tough for me.
Yeah,
that's one of the poses that was a little bit tough for me. But I mean, you have to try them, right? So I have to build up that strength. I mean, I think that'll be great for my back too, don't you think? Like
the dolphin, once you get the hang of it and build up enough strength, is a really actually a great pose. I remember because I'm building my strength again too after the shoulder thing, and when I used to be able to do that pose well and hold it, and I had external rotation in my shoulder, there's a really nice way where you can walk to the side in that pose where you get a really nice shoulder release in that pose. So amazingly, that pose can actually be a nice release for your shoulders.
Yeah, that'll be great. I like all the shoulder shorts for that too. So, yeah, that was really tough pose for me today, but it was good.
So do you take breaks? Or do you try and power it through with me?
I had to take a little break after that one because I was like,
take breaks in it and build up to it.
Yeah. But the other poses I don't really have, like even like plank pose, I don't have to take a break in that. But that one I definitely did. I stopped a little bit, I paused it, I went back and did it again.
Good.
Yeah.
Because there's no use building in the context of this meditation, right? You guys know this now. There's no use of building strength layered with tension.
No.
Right? So if once you feel tension coming, you need to come out and let go of the tension, then come back, build the strength, right?
Yeah.
We don't want to build strength on top of tension.
No, but I find I'm doing that a lot. When I feel like tension building up here, I stop.
Yeah, good.
And continue after it releases a little bit.
Good,
so I
good,
don't, because I'm also going to just kink this up. So, and I'm already aware of this. So, yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Good. Stuff we learned in somatic meditation.
Yeah, well, it's good to have this kind of crossover between the two and see the way the two relate to each other.
Yeah. Well, and I think also like those, the connective tissue, sometimes I listen to you and sometimes I try to do it on my own and I go slower. So, and breathe, like as I'm doing the foam roller or the slow-mo ball. And it really releases a lot of tension up here, especially the slow-mo ball up here. And I go slower than you do sometimes. And I just pause it a little bit and go a little bit more if I need it. And that, I think with breathing and releasing the tension, it really helps with the somatic meditation. I mean, it's like you connect the two a little bit more and it really works a lot better.
I go a lot slower now too, since I've learned the somatic meditation in the connective tissue too, because it's exactly what you explained. You breathe and you can feel the tension release through all the layers.
Yeah. And I find that that's working a lot better for me right now. In the different, like whatever I'm going to concentrate today on maybe working in this today or, whatever I'm thinking that day. And I find that it helps just to slow down and work it slower than
Absolutely.
the video a little bit. Yeah. And that's wonderful. This meditation is just really good for making you aware of other things that when you're doing yoga as well. Yeah.
Thank you, Maria.
You're welcome. I always have so much to say today.
Very valuable, I think, for everybody here.
I'm Nicole. I'm in Tennessee, and it's, I guess, around 9 o'clock here. I've been away with basketball. Peyton's playing basketball now for the past couple of weeks. So we had the night off of that. So I'm happy to be back and in the collective energy. I've missed it. No intention, just gratitude.
Welcome back, and thank you for the daily yoga connections over the last couple of weeks, this week and last week too. Thank you.
Show from Australia, and it's probably about 1 o'clock now, and no real intention, just curious to see what the transition is like from lying down to sitting, because I've only done that a couple of times really, so that'll be interesting.
I'm Nikki, and I'm in Kingston, Ontario, Canada. And I'm here just to keep learning. So I started doing the recordings of these meditations, and then last week I was able to come to the live one for the first time. And the one, sometimes I get insomnia because I have monkey mind and all of that kind of stuff. And so what I've started doing is doing this somatic meditation recording if I'm wide awake. Whereas in the past I might have gotten up and started to do things. So this is a much healthier option for me. And I've found that if I do that, it's always happened to me on a work night or a work morning. I can work as if I've had a full night's sleep. It's amazing. So this morning I had that experience, and I felt there was a real shift for me because I was really present for the whole meditation. And I wasn't kind of going back and forth from conscious to unconscious, as you were talking about. And the other thing that was interesting was, and I think it's because I'm feeling much better now, but before I would just let go, and it would be very healing, but it would be also a period of rest. And so this time I was fully present for the meditation. And then I had really let go of tension in my whole body. And all of a sudden, the image that came to mind, I felt like it was Alice in Wonderland when she drinks the tea, or I can't remember which one it is, or eats the cookie, but she just stretches up, and there are those pictures, of her head and her neck coming out the roof. I just felt like I was really elongated. So that was a really valuable experience to me, both the physical and the mental. So I'm really encouraged with how this is helping me, and also helping me just in life off the mat. I find I feel a lot more calm and level through the day, and less reactive.
Great. Thank you for being here. So let's get to our meditation. Thank you all for speaking so openly and about your experience. I love hearing about your practices and how this meditation is affecting you. Are you excited, Eva? That was a whole lot of testimonial going on there.
I'm excited for her.
I know. I am too.
We already have 2 with us that are already fully meditating.
They are. They're setting the stage. They got the head start. So the way we practice this meditation is we begin lying down on our backs, and we'll do that for a while, and then we will transition up to seated. But you don't have to worry about setting up your camera so I can see you lying down. You just leave it where it is now, and then leave it where it is where you're seated. As long as you can hear me, then you're fine. Okay, so go ahead and lie down on your backs. And I will mute you all so you can have a quiet environment. So you're lying down on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. you are going to adjust the position of your feet so that your low back, your pelvis, and your psoas muscle can relax completely. So there's no strain whatsoever in your body. So these are guidelines that I'm going to give you, and you're going to adjust them so that it feels right for you. So you're going to listen to your own body. You're going to place your palms, hands down on your belly. Let your elbows be heavy on the ground. And then you'll close your eyes to encourage an inward focus. Feel your 2 feet, the 2 sides of your buttocks, your mid-back, your 2 shoulder blades, your 2 elbows, the back of your head on the ground. And feel the earth underneath you. Feel its solidity and support. Let your body settle into the earth. So we begin with our feet. Breathing into your feet and breathing into your big toes on both feet. We bring awareness to both feet, both big toes at the same time, feeling into your big toes, breathing into all the pores of your big toes. Notice what sensations are present in your big toes. And when you're first beginning this, it doesn't really matter how much or little is there for you. You're just going to feel more and more into whatever sensations are present. You're feeling into the mass of your big toe, the bottom, the sides, the top, the hardness of your toenail, the body of the big toe, the toe bone. And then you're going to sense into any discomfort, any achiness or sharp pains. And allow time for sensation to develop. You're breathing into your big toe. You may begin to notice holding and gripping even in your toes. So notice where you feel the tension. Feel the tension in your big toe. And when you find that tension, you can let that tension drain downward into the earth. And then breathe into your second toe. Feel the various parts and dimensions of your second toe. And see if you can uncover the tension in your second toe. Maybe along the sides, the top, the bottom, the toe bone. Uncover and tap into the tension in your second toe. And then allow the tension in your second toe to release and relax. Let the energy go down and into the earth. And then coming to the middle toes in both feet. Breathing into the pores, feeling the middle toes. And it's okay if it's difficult to sense into the toes. The more you bring your awareness to it, the more sensations will reveal themselves. Notice the tension in your middle toe. Feel the tension, and then let that tension release down into the ground. Coming to your fourth toe. Breathing your awareness in a focused way into your fourth toe. This toe may feel a little more hidden. It might take a little more effort to sense. Feeling the underside, the sides, the top, the tip. Feeling the tension. And then release. And then finally the baby toe. Notice the unique sensations in the baby toe, the way it feels drawn back and pulled in a little bit more, feeling the tension and feeling the process of release. So developing the capacity to sense into your toes, feel the tension and release. It may take several repetitions of this meditation, but each session you will notice an increase in your ability to feel the sensations, feel the tension come forward, and then allow that tension to release into the ground. So then we'll come into the ball of your foot behind your toes, feeling the denseness, feeling the muscles, feeling the bones, feeling the tension behind the toes and the ball of the foot. Looking initially for that tension and then letting it go. So the more you relax your feet, the more you may feel other parts of your body suddenly presenting tension. And when you feel that, there's an invitation to release those parts of your body again. And when you feel that, you can follow the wisdom of your body and let that part of your body go and then return to your feet. So now we'll come to the arch of your foot. So there's a lot of tension in the arch of your foot. Feel the brittleness and the rigidity, the front of the arch, the middle of the arch, and the back of the arch. Breathe into it and then release that tension downwards. Coming into the outside edge of your foot from the baby toe all the way to the back of your heel, feeling the band of tension on the outside of your foot. And then releasing that down. And then your heel, feeling the tension in your heel, again, very dense, very tight. Letting go of the tension. And then coming right into the interior of your foot. In the middle of your foot, you might notice all these little crossroads and heavy masses of tension. So you're going to feel into those, breathe into them, and allow them to release down. So now your whole foot is melting, relaxing, dissolving, releasing down into the earth. Noticing your ankle bones on the inside, ankle bones on the outside. Feeling the tension in the bones. And then letting that tension flow down into the earth. Coming into the shin bones at the front of your legs. Breathing into the shin bones. Let your awareness drop right into the shin bones. Feel the tension and release. And then coming to the calf muscles at the backs of the lower legs. Maybe a little more dense, a little more numb, but finding the parts of your calf muscle that you can sense, feeling those parts. Allowing your awareness to travel all the way through the layers of the density of the calf muscle, down to the Achilles, all the way up through the thicker part of the calf muscle to behind the knee. Letting your awareness to come all the way to the inside of your lower leg. Feeling a downward flow of energy, so tension is releasing through your whole lower leg, through your feet and into the ground, just letting everything go. And then coming into your knees, feeling your kneecaps, the insides of your knees, the outsides of your knees, feeling the tension in your kneecaps and your knees. Letting go of tension through your knees. So now your whole lower leg is relaxing, releasing, letting go. And you're coming to your buttocks on either side. Feel your buttocks touching the earth. Breathing, allow them to release, let go. Feel the holding on. Know that you don't have to hold on anymore. You can release and allow your buttocks connect into the earth a little bit more. Feel the sensation in as much detail as you can. Notice tension, release, relax, let go of the tension. So now your buttocks become your access point to the earth. And then coming into your perineum. Between your genitals and your anus. So generally, this is an area where there is a lot of trauma for men and women. So you're going to go gently. You're going to listen to your own body. Feel the tension here. And allow the tension to release. And when you follow the release of tension, know that it might not release all at once. It may release all at once, but it may release slowly. And a little dissolving of tension is really good too. And then coming to the anal area, feeling the tightness, feeling the holding on, and knowing that you don't need to hold on. You can relax and release. Coming forward to your genitals and your lower belly, relax and release. So your whole pelvic area, your pelvic bones, feeling the tension in your bones of your pelvis. Travel your awareness right into the bones of your pelvis. Breathing into the bones of your pelvis. And allow them to relax and release downwards, including the outside of your hips. Allowing yourself to slowly and carefully release tension down through the sides of your hips, through the buttocks, and into the ground. And then coming to your upper thighs, very dense, very strong muscles. Feeling the denseness, feeling the tightness of your upper thighs. Allow your awareness to drop right into those thigh muscles and feel them soften. Coming to the backs of your legs, to your hamstrings. Feel the layers of tension through the hamstrings all the way to the tightness behind your knees, right to the tightness at the sit bones. Feel the tightness of these insertion points and let them slowly and gently release. Coming right into the inner thighs, right up into the groin. Feel the tightness, feel the tension. And allow the inner thighs and groin to relax, release, and let go. And so now your whole lower body is relaxing, releasing and melting down into the ground. And now you're coming to your mid-back. At the base of your sternum, the base of your ribs, feel the connection to the earth. Feel the tension at the base of your sternum, the base of the ribs. And then allow that tension to release down through the sides of your ribs. Feel the energy sink down. So you're letting the energy release down through your mid-back, down and into the earth. And then you're coming to your shoulder blades at your upper back. Feeling all the tension at your shoulder blades, feeling their connection on the earth, allowing them to settle more deeply into the earth. And then traveling into the interior of your upper back, behind your shoulder blades, especially up into your collarbones, out to the sides, to your shoulders. Feel the sensations, feel the tension. And allow that tension to dissolve down through the layers, down through the shoulder blades and into the earth. Feel all the ribs of your rib cage. Feel the tension, feel the tightness, feel the holding on. Each rib cage connected to your sternum. Know that there doesn't need to be this much tension here. And allow each rib cage to soften, melt, dissolve, release down into the earth. And then feel your elbows heavy on the ground. Coming back to your shoulders. Feeling any remaining tension in your shoulders. Let this tension travel down through your upper arms, down through your elbows and into the earth. And then coming to your hands, all the joints of your fingers, your fingernails, your palms, the backs of your palms, the base of your thumbs, your forearms, feeling the tension, allowing that to drain down from your fingers, your hands, your wrists, your forearms, down through your elbows and into the earth. So now your whole body is relaxing. Your 2 feet, your 2 buttocks, your 2 elbows, your 2 shoulders. Feel the tension releasing from your body. Feel everything melting, relaxing, letting go, releasing into the earth. And then we'll come to your head. Become aware of the tension in your forehead, all the worry lines in your forehead between your eyebrows. Feel the tension around your eyes, around the eye sockets, into the cheeks and the nose. Allow this tension to come forward and then allow it to dissolve down through the back of your head and into the earth. Feel the tension in your teeth, your jaws, your tongue. Let your tongue float in your mouth. Let there be space between your teeth. Feel the tension on the sides of your face, along your temples, your ears, and your scalp. Breathe into each place. Everything melts. Come back to your eye socket. Feel the tension at your eye socket. Feel the tension at your eyelids. Feel your upper eyelid. Allow your upper eyelid to release and relax. Feel the tension at your lower eyelid. Allow your lower eyelid to relax, release. Feel each eyelash. Allow each eyelash to soften. And then go behind the eyelids to the insides of the eyelids. The space where the eyelids come together. Allow this to soften. Come behind the eyelids to your eyeball. Feel the slightly asymmetrical globe of your eyeball. Allow your eyeball to rest back in your eye socket. Allow it to sink, release, relax, dissolve into the earth. Become aware of the colored part of your eye, your iris. Feel the tension in the colored part of your eye, your iris, and allow it to relax. And become aware of your cornea. This is a clear dome over your iris. Feel the tension. Allow it to dissolve. Become aware of your pupil. This is a black circular opening in the iris that lets in light. Feel the tension in your pupil and allow it to dissolve. Feel the whites of your eyes, the sclera. Feel the tension in the whites of your eyes. Allow the tension to release. Now feel the tension in the thin layer of tissue that covers the entire front of your eye. We're feeling tension down to these finest layers. Your eye is a microcosm of your whole body. So when you feel tension in your eyes, it's bound up in the tension in your whole body. So your eye can be an access point to your whole body. When you relax your eyes completely, you're relaxing your whole body. Bring your awareness to the space behind your eye, your optic nerve. Let this space relax. Feeling the tension at the back of your eye. All this tension from visual stimulation, and allow it to release. So now your whole face is melting, losing its shape completely. Feeling the tension in your brain, letting it pour out the back of your head. You're feeling your whole head. It's no longer a thinking place, it's now a feeling place. You're feeling the sensations of your head, letting any remaining tension come forward and then allowing it to dissolve down into the earth. So now your whole body is relaxing, releasing, letting go. You're breathing into the pores of the skin of your entire body at once. And any remaining layers of tension that come forward, you're letting them go as you breathe out and release into the ground. So see if you can sense a stillness in your body as you attend to your body here with commitment and devotion, feeling your body as a whole, relaxing and letting go, feeling your body melting into the earth underneath you. So you're going to bring this energy of stillness and this level of somatic relaxation with you as you start to slowly make your way up to a seated position now. So you're going to sit on your seat. Most of my instructions are going to be for sitting cross-legged on a meditation cushion. If you sit on a chair, I want you to sit at the front edge of your chair. But you're going to sit on your seat now. And feel the earth underneath you. Feel your buttocks settle and relax into your cushion. And allow yourself to connect with the earth underneath you. And we're going to go over some instructions for sitting first before this is all part of meditation as well, but before we go back into meditation instructions. You're sitting in such a way that your pelvis is higher than your knees, so that your pelvis tips slightly forward. So check in with your knees right now. Are they at or below your hip bones? And are your thighs relaxed? Check with your psoas muscle at the inside of your upper thighs. Does it feel relaxed? And if your knees are hanging in the air, my recommendation is that you want to support them. So put a cushion underneath them on either side or prop with blocks. You'll probably find it's more comfortable to cross one leg in front of the other. And if you do that, you want to make sure that you're alternating from practice to practice so that you're not creating a structural imbalance or injury in your body. So when you sit so that your knees are lower than your pelvis and your pelvis tips slightly forward, it will bring your low back into a natural inward curve. And then your upper back will come into a slightly outward curve. It will also allow the weight of your upper body to rest above or even a little bit forward of your sit bones and your pelvis. And securing this relationship between your upper and lower body creates a highly stable support system for your upper body. Because then your upper body can come into an effortless condition of balance. And there can be a length in your front body that matches the length in your back body. And when your body is aligned with such a small expenditure of energy, you'll be relaxed in your experience. You'll experience softness, ease, and vibratory flow. You'll also experience a condition of natural awareness. And you'll experience the buoyant support of gravity. So next we're going to discuss the placement of your hands. This is best determined by the relationship between the length of your arms and torso, and this is going to be different for everyone. So cupping one hand loosely in the other and resting them on your lap may be comfortable if you have arms that are quite long relative to the length of your torso, but it's not going to be comfortable for someone with a long torso with relatively short arms. Some people will find it more comfortable to place your hands lightly on your legs. You need to find a position that's most comfortable for your body. Your arms are designed to hang completely surrendered to the pull of gravity. The cue that I want to give you that's most important is that your elbows should be directly underneath your shoulders. A lot of times you'll see elbows out to the side or forward of the shoulders. And when the elbows come forward of the shoulders, you can just try that now actually. Pull your elbows forward of your shoulders. You'll feel tension in your upper back, shoulders, and neck. Bring your elbows directly underneath your shoulders and you'll feel relief all the way through your shoulders and your neck and your jaw. So you can experiment with what happens when you bring your elbows directly underneath your shoulders and then place your hands right there. And then that gets rid of all that tension in your neck and shoulders. So now we're going to come to your spine. And you're going to lean a little bit too far forward from your pelvis and then lean a little bit too far back. So you want to subtly move your body, your entire body, too far forward and too far back so that you feel what it feels like to be out of balance until you can find in balance. So you're moving too far forward, too far back, and then you're going to find that space of equanimity in the middle. That space of equanimity in the middle will feel like the front body and the back body are equally lengthened. And then there'll also be a sense of there being space for your organs and a spaciousness for your breath. It'll feel just right. And then you're going to do this side to side as well. So you're going to lean a little bit to the left from your pelvis, a little bit to the right. And again, you're going to go back and forth until you find that midpoint. And you'll actually find a still point in your spine where it feels aligned and you can go forward and back again. And when you find this still point, your mind will become still and open to experience. So then you're going to check in with your head and your neck. You're going to allow the back of your head to lift. And when you do this, your chin will come slightly down. You'll feel an elongation along the back of your neck. And there's an inner relaxation that occurs when your head and your chin and your neck are floating in a natural, elongated way along your spine. So all you did was allow the back of your head to lift. And then you felt what happens then is your head floats in a elongated way along the top of your spine. So now your mouth is relaxed as well. So there's space between your teeth, your tongue floats in your mouth. And notice how this gives you a sense of openness. Your eyes are soft. Let the attention in your eyes drop towards the back of your eyes. So just be in your posture here. See what your body's saying to you. Listen to your body. Notice if your body's calling for an adjustment. This is not a static position. So it's not like a one and done thing. You're going to continually refine and move. You're going to breathe and explore your body. Feel into your body. Feel if your body's relaxed. Feel if it feels aligned. See if there's a sense of resilience. Notice if you can feel the life of your body. See if you can feel your breath, the beating of your heart, the movement of the blood circulating through your body, the subtle energy of your body. This is not a static position. It's a deeply organic process, and it's going to continually naturally evolve and shift over time. So throughout your meditation, just feel into your body and see if there's any tension in your body right now. And if there's some tension, you're going to let it go. Let it go down into the earth. Feel your feet and your buttocks touching the earth. Feel your knees. So you're letting your energy dissolve downwards, taking all the tension with it. Feeling the earth underneath you. Allowing the tension to dissolve into the earth underneath you. So space between your teeth, your tongue is floating, the root of your tongue is relaxed. Become aware of the crown of your head. And imagine somebody is pouring warm golden oil over your head. And this oil is flowing down over your skull, over your forehead, over your eyebrows, over your temples, your cheekbones, your jaw, down the back of your neck, over your shoulders, across your chest, down the sides of your ribs, over your belly, down through your internal organs, down your lower back, down through your buttocks, down through your legs, your knees, and your feet. So you're going to let that oil flow all the way over you and through you. Feel the release of tension, particularly in your shoulders. Let all the energy of your body, let all the tension in your body flow down through your buttocks, through your legs, through your feet. You're relaxing completely. You're completely letting go. So your awareness stays in your body. You find the places where there's tension, where there's holding. Just like when you're lying down, you allow that tension to come forward. And then you let that tension travel down through your body, through your buttocks, through your legs, through your feet. So there's a constant wash downward through your buttocks, through your perineum, through your knees, through your feet. It's a steady flow down. You're relaxing. You're letting go. You're melting. You're releasing tension. Tension is flowing down into the earth. Your awareness is staying in your body. It's roaming around your body. It's allowing tension to come forward. It's a constant process of letting that tension come forward and releasing that tension downward in a downward flow. Through your buttocks, down through your legs, through your feet, and into the earth. And as you pay attention to your body, as that tension comes forward, you may notice that your posture will call to you. And you might make some slight adjustments. So you listen to your body. You listen to what's needed. Your body will tell you. So notice the quality of your physical experience, your energetic experience. And when you feel ready, you can open your eyes and we'll come back to our circle. Okay, so this is the time for you in our circle to be able to speak about your experience, either in this meditation or during your practice, from your practice during the week, or ask questions about this experience or your practice during the week. And as always, listening is just as valuable a way to participate. So with that, I open up the floor to you.
Well, I found the lying down part very relaxing today. I've had a few days where I felt very sore, and that really came forward in my meditation practice. And today I was very relaxed and just went very deep and kind of going somewhere else again. And then when we came up to seated, I just couldn't maintain that. I couldn't really get back to that. I was just too uncomfortable. And then I started to get in my head that I'm a crap meditator. And then I'm going, oh, you just got to stop this. And so I just let go of that whole thing and just waited it out. And then I opened my eyes earlier than what you guided us to do. So I've tried sitting up before and it's been quite good. It's I felt that tension release and the connection to the earth, but not today.
So it's not the setup then?
I don't know if it's the setup. It might be. I don't know. I just really like lying down today, maybe.
Yeah, well, and that's true too. Some days are, and I think it needs to be self-directed too, that there are days that are better for lying down and that you need to trust that too.
yeah, maybe today was one of those days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, interesting. Be interesting to work with that. Not that I like using the word work, but
using that word too. Practice
it during the week. Yeah, because I like to practice these meditations right through to the next live one.
Mm-hmm.
There's always something a bit different happening.
So how many of you are reading Will Johnson's book, The Posture of Meditation? How many of you have read chapter 2? Great. So if you haven't read chapter 2, I would encourage you to read that chapter this week if this coming up to sitting interests you, because he spends a lot of time going through how to sit in that chapter. And I think if sitting interests you, which I think if you're an adult, it should interest you, then it would be worthwhile. As many of you are quite dedicated to this practice, it would be worthwhile for you to go through that chapter on your own and see what he says and how that relates to you. So he gets you to play with cushions and adding more and taking away, and there's a lot in there. And I think it's worthwhile going through that on a person-to-person basis.
I particularly like the fact that he's talking about the natural curvature of the upper back.
Mm-hmm.
We tend to, like every child, sit up straight.
Yeah.
You tend to put your shoulder blades, sit up straight.
Yeah.
You try to put that straight. But I mean, there is a natural curvature, just like in the back.
Yeah.
But in front is also, it's just the other way around. So it is actually nice because now for me, lying down, I can release totally my lower body, especially between the genital area and the hip area. That it's just that is all unraveling very nicely. As soon as I then come up to the upper back, lying down, it's like, okay, there is pressure. It's pushing, it's pulling, or well, it's pushing. It's gravity going down, but I cannot really let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Now, while sitting up, I noticed, and then not thinking about straight, but really just letting that go. And also, now that you said to put the elbows underneath the shoulders, oh my God, my left muscle here was just like melting down and going down. So I'm like, okay, so that's it. I have a natural position to put my arms in front, which I thought was comfortable. But now that you put the cue to put the elbows under the shoulders, is like, okay, that opened up another area of letting go. And that's where I really could let go. And I was not concerned about the fact to sit up straight. I was just, okay, I'm letting it pull me, not down, I'm letting it pull me straight down. Not I'm straight, but straight down. I don't know, it's kind of weird to explain it like that. But that
right.
This is really the pull that I felt when I was sitting up. And I'm actually more in a buzz, and I'm still in that buzz, than if I would be lying down. So that's, for me, it's quite interesting to get into that.
So there's a couple of things like that you're talking about, like if there's that kind of like military posture, it creates rigidity, and Will Johnson talks about the buoyancy, right, that happens if you're in relationship with gravity, which is what you're talking about, that kind of relaxing into gravity. And one thing that really set me free when I first started listening to Reggie Ray was, and I've said this before too, was if you want to have the best meditation of your life, just be the lousiest meditator that you can, right? And I think that can be good advice, right? Because you can really let yourself off the hook rather than, be so perfect.
Yeah, I had that come to my mind when I was like trying to get my position, and I was thinking, okay, just be the worst, and I just went forward like that, and I just went, see how this feels, and it felt all right. But I just think today was just one of those days where I just really wanted to lie down,
which is fine. Yeah,
that's interesting. You brought up what Reggie says, because that's exactly
That
what
was in your head too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also interesting because Will Johnson is speaking about it in chapter 2 as well. That usually when you think of an image of somebody meditating is, cross-legged, then the hands in Jnana Mudra and straight, and maybe then full lotus pose with the legs. And actually, it's really nice. There is one phrase in that chapter that I highlighted, I would highlight it that big, saying, "There is nothing transcendental about sitting in lotus pose. It has only to do with flexibility." And I'm like, yay!
And more than that, it really has only to do with the structure of a certain person's body, right? Like I remember walking into my first yoga class and being able to do lotus pose just because my hips can externally rotate. But you guys have all seen my forward folds. I'm shit at forward folds because structurally my hips don't fold forward, but they externally rotate. So we all have different skeletal structures, and you can access certain poses and others. And as you say, Sandrine, it has absolutely nothing to do with your ability to, to meditate or to become enlightened or whatever. It's just the shapes that your structural anatomy can take. It has to do with your skeleton.
I found relaxing lying down consistently to be very easy to do. I find the sitting up to be more of a challenge. Today I had a little more success with it. My shoulders would get tight. I'd have to roll my shoulders and it would just release, feel like I was releasing tension. And then that would soften for a while, but it was like a cup that would fill back up again. And then that would go calm again. The lower part of my body did not hurt this time. Last time it was kind of like everything flowed to the hips and they just got stuck there. This time it was just a little tight. There's not good flow to the ground. I'm sitting on a bench, a prayer bench, meditation bench. So I've got my work cut out for me there. But I did have these brief little periods of time where I had the meditative relaxation in the upper body pretty strongly. In other words, I used to get smudgy around the edges. This one was almost gone. But then the cup would fill back up in my shoulders. I'd have to go through that all over again. So I don't know, maybe I can make it up some, but I'm really comfortable on the floor. But I'll just have to work at both of them.
Yeah, and we will, and that's part of it, right? That's it's like what you're describing is meditation too, right? And that what you're describing is like a day, right? It sounds like one of my days. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe how tense and anxious I am. If anybody could see inside my body and my brain right now, they'd think I was a total fraud. Right? And then you find ways to release that tension, and you do, and then you're like, wow, I'm the most chilled out Zen person ever. I'm totally living the life, and I've got it all going on. And then something else happens, and it's just like that's how it goes, right? That's life. And I think anybody that claims to be otherwise is more fraudulent. It goes up and down. So that's the practice, right? Being with cup as it fills up. Oh, the cup's full. Okay.
I learned so much about this letting go of the tension, especially when I'm at work and sitting in front of the computer and typing away and responding to emails and having other things, and the phone is ringing and somebody's asking a question, and then I just feel the whole shoulder thing just tighten up like this, and then going up the back of my neck. And when it reaches there, then I'm like, you have to let go. And that's also the moment then where I say, okay, I take off the hands, I put them on the desk, and then I take a deep breath and I let it go. To come to that took me many years. But actually, through the yoga practice and the regular practice of just feeling this tension building up, and you know, okay, it's coming, and then you're okay, but I'm just going to let it go because I have the ability now to do that. For sure, it at work you will never, it's not possible to let it all go, but just, you know, this already that you have the awareness that it's coming up, you're like, okay, then you just let it go. That really gave me a lot of pausing, and also more like breathing through the day, and being much less stressed, and being much less responsive and emotionally responsive to things that are coming up at work.
And that's huge, right? That level of awareness. Because I'm willing to bet that there was a time when there wasn't that awareness, and it would just be the push through. Yeah. Until the wall, and the headache, and the exhaustion, and the dropping to whatever your weak point is. Like, you know, for me it's headaches, for Nikki it's the cold, like whatever your weak point is, right?
That's exactly right. For me, I had the same trouble sitting up. Laying down, it was great. I relaxed, and I felt the tension easing and going into the ground. It wasn't too bad sitting up. I found the same thing with as Becky, like sitting, I would feel the tension start to creep back up in my shoulders. And for some reason, I mean, the cues you gave were great, because I started moving around a little bit and finding where it wasn't, would release a little bit more, and it would, and then it would start building back up again. Exactly like she said, it was exactly like that. And but I did find, like, moving my arms back a little bit, moving them forward a little bit, it kind of finding the position again. It helped a lot. I find it easier laying down, but this is going to be a little bit of practice to get comfortable. I mean, it's actually sitting, and I mean, I think I have to maybe work with putting a different kind of cushion, maybe for my meditation cushion instead of the one I have. I haven't tried that yet. I mean, I did read it in the chapter that we're supposed to, to work with maybe a couple of different cushions, and I think I have to try that next, because maybe mine is maybe too high up, maybe, and
could be,
so I'm going to try that this week when I practice this recording, because I've been doing that too, as Michelle. The week that we do the meditation, I listen to it the rest of the week, and I find it helpful. So I think I'm going to do that this week too. Try, maybe with my yoga blanket and a cushion maybe next time, and see how that works. But it's going to take a little practice for me to get comfortable actually sitting. My posture, and that's where it hurts, my back, that right between my shoulder blades. So when I'm sitting for a long period, it just acts it up a little bit. So that's what's going to have to be. I'm going to have to play that with this week and see if I can find a position that is actually more comfortable, so I can sit for longer periods without having it kink up a little bit. So, but it was, I mean, it's a practice, right? So.
I showed some ways of folding a Mexican blanket in the morning video. You guys want to take a look at that?
I'm going to take a look.
Yeah. I won't show it all again here, because you can watch that recording. And I also showed some videos in the membership community that will be helpful, like preparing your body for sitting. So that happened after the meditation and the talk. It's like in the discussion after. So it might be helpful.
Okay, I'll take a look. But it's interesting how changing a position. I did relax a little bit when I was sitting at various points. So I still found the tension easy, going down my spine and going down into the earth. But it was just moving and then moving again and moving again, because I wasn't getting comfortable again. And finding that position that I was comfortable again was a little bit hard. But yeah, this week I'm gonna definitely play with that. I'm gonna watch it and see how, if I can find a better position to sit in that will relax me instead of producing more tension.
Mm-hmm. And you can sit for shorter times too, especially because you've got that back issue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sitting maybe like a little bit less, and then, because I mean, I find when I'm doing the videos, and you have that little short meditation, was like 3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. I can sit for that period amount of time, and I'm comfortable. But I think it's just a little bit longer that maybe I'm not comfortable anymore. And
yeah, we didn't actually sit that long, but it kind of took me a while to get through all the instructions the first time, right? Yeah.
There were good cues, though. I like the cues of moving back and forth, and
yeah, it's worthwhile going through them. But I think the next time it won't take as long. The first time through it takes a little while, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I find the two positions serve my body differently in the meditation. Like Sandine was saying, the laying down part, I find that's really useful for the lower half of my body. And I find like she was saying, my upper back, where I think is where I carry all of the weight of my tension, is in my upper body. And I find it harder to release laying down. And I'm used to meditating sitting up. That's if I do it on my own, which I don't do every day, but I do it semi-regularly. I usually sit up to do it. Unless I'm following some recording that requires you to lay down. But and I found with the sitting up part, I was able to release more of the tension in my upper body, where I wasn't able to do that as well laying down. So I found the two different methods kind of gave me a full body release by the end. So I find it interesting too, because when I'm sitting, and once I kind of relax into my body, I can feel my blood pumping through my body, and it actually moves my body a little bit, and I find that almost meditative too. So I liked the comparison. I've never done them side by side before, so it was interesting.
It's really great tuning into your subtle body like that. That's the kind of dropping into your body that you want to have, tuning into those subtle layers of your body. I'm not saying that you guys all need to like aim for feeling the flow of blood in your body, but it's those, whether it's the flow of your breath or the beating of your heart, it's those more, it's like when you're lying down too, the more subtle layers of letting go, it just becomes more and more refined, right, as your awareness drops more inwards. Yeah.
Found that with the washing of the oil, all of the oil, I found that to be very peaceful and calming.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever actually had that treatment, that Ayurvedic treatment?
No, but I've wanted to.
I know. Yeah. Is there anywhere in your town, Betsy, to get it done?
I bet there is. I haven't asked, but I bet there is.
I bet you it's fairly affordable around you too, Sandrine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You should go. Here it's only in that like high-end beauty spas, and it would be like ridiculously expensive, and it would be like beauty oriented, not actually the true, like, I mean, it would be true, but not like the therapeutic Ayurveda. Yeah.
But no, there is a big difference between the therapeutic.
Right, you know what I'm saying. Yeah.
The relaxing and beauty, and I'm just touching you, and you should feel relaxed. So.
So you need to go and report back. Take your little camera.
Yeah.
You can be my guest vlogger one week.
Let's do that on something easier, like bakeries.
Yeah, that might be a tricky one, the lighting and everything, the dim lighting. But interesting.
I will try to find one. I think I know of one where it's actually the therapeutic part. And
so it'd be so great.
I will check it out.
I had a similar experience as Lisa had in the sitting part. First of all, I was pleased that I didn't fall asleep and miss the cue to sit up. I was a little concerned that might happen, but and then you know, I really appreciated all your cues, and I really appreciated your cues about different dimensions in your body, what, you know, how you can find the right position for your arms with the elbows under the shoulders. That was helpful. And even though I was, you know, tending to different parts of my body during the seated position, I did feel the beating of my heart, and I'm fairly sure I was pulsing forward from the chest during that. And I just found it was very soothing. It was very calming, you know. So that part was good. And I want to give everyone some information. Melissa, when you started talking about the perineum and trauma to that area and all of that, I'm not sure if any of you know of Susie Haitley. She's a yoga therapist and yoga therapy teacher trainer, and her company is called Functional Synergy. And she's going to be having an online conference on the pelvic floor on March 1st and 2nd. And there's early bird pricing until the end of January 31st. So for $49 Canadian, I think she might be interviewing 15 to 20 different people with different fields of expertise. And if you can't make it at the time, you can download all of the interviews if you signed up for it. Anyway, if anyone's interested, it's at functionalsynergy.com.
Great, thank you.
I think that I was flip-flop from everybody. Tonight I had a difficult time laying down. And I'm not sure, you know, if it's, I don't know what it is. So I won't question it, but I felt just fine when we set up, and I felt some letting go and release of tension and stuff lying down too, but I also felt resistance. And I don't know if it's, we've not been still. I've been going until literally I logged on. So I think maybe it took me that long to settle in. So I kind of don't feel like I don't feel like I'm finished with that sit yet. I believe is what's going on with me tonight. But I do, I've been feeling some tension just right under my skull on both sides that is more of a generalized tension than what that all over body pain that I usually feel. And I've been messing around, massaging it all day, even at work. I was sitting at my desk like this, and it's finally not gone, but it's better. Thank you.
Good. Annette, did you want to check in tonight, or?
Sure. I did fall asleep and missed the cue to sit up.
That's all right.
But I did finally sit up, and I too had some tenderness in my lower back. And I also will do this meditation a few times. I've been doing that, and I get a little more out of it when I go back and do it again. Mm-hmm. So I'll do that as well, and that will be helpful. Because I always get a little more out of it each time. Mm-hmm. Relax into it. And I also have the laying down. I melt into the floor. I'm good. It's the sitting up that it's just transitioning from laying down to sitting up, settling in. I'm a little challenging too. Mm-hmm. But like you said, it's a work in progress. Mm-hmm. You know, sometimes even in my yoga practice, you know, pose will work and the next time it won't, or it works on one side and not the other. I think it's the same with the meditation. You know, it some weeks it's okay, and some weeks it doesn't flow quite as well. And sometimes I think for me it depends on what's going on in my world, and whether I'm tired or not, because this is later at night for some of us. It's 8:30. Now it's closer to 10, and it's, I can do this same practice earlier in the day, and it goes a little better than it does at night, because I don't fall asleep and I can hear the cues, and I'm, more in tune with what my body's doing, rather than just falling asleep, which is valuable too. But so I don't know if that made sense.
It does.
Okay.
What I'm thinking as a way to kind of close out for everybody, just to kind of put closure on this and to tie it all together in a neat little bow, maybe. Is there anything in this world that we put so much pressure on to be perfect as our meditation practices? Like, seriously. Anything else that we do or attempt to do every day that we require to be so perfect? We make dinner every day. Sometimes dinner is good. Sometimes dinner is not so good. Sometimes it's like wonderful, but sometimes it's, a bowl of cereal, and we don't go, tonight dinner is really crap, and I can't believe how crap it is, right? No, we don't say that. We're like, I'm exhausted and I'm having a bowl of cereal for dinner tonight. And we let ourselves off the hook, right? Mm-hmm. Or like, I'm feeling fantastic and I'm going to make a 5-star meal tonight. But we don't like put all that pressure on it. Or like brushing your teeth. You do that 100 times a day. You never come away from brushing your teeth and go, man, that was the shittiest teeth brushing I've ever done. No, you just do it. You're like, yeah, they're not as dirty as they were before, right? No, my breath isn't as bad.
Yeah.
That's
right?
true.
That's very true.
So I think, we put like this tremendous amount of pressure on our meditation practice because it's like held up as this mecca in our culture, as this thing that is just going to be the be all and end all, and it's going to solve all your problems. And like, really, it's just like brushing your teeth. You're going to come, you're going to brush your teeth. It's not going to be like fuzzy sweaters when you're done. You're going to feel a little better. You're going to go away. Guess what? You're going to need to do it again later. You come back, you brush your teeth, go away. Don't need to put all this pressure on it.
Well, wonderful reframing.
Yes.
That helps.
It does, doesn't it?
That's just perfect.
So that's all you're doing, brushing your teeth.
We're practicing, right? Practicing for perfect.
Yeah, but when you're brushing your teeth, you're not even thinking, I'm practicing. Yeah. Next time I'm going to be better at this. No. I'm going to nail this. Yeah. Wait till I go to my hygienist next time. She's going to really think I did a good job.
I'm on it.
Yeah. That's right. No, not like that. You just get in there, you do your stuff, you get out.
Yeah. No, but we're supposed to find nirvana all of a sudden straight out. Doesn't happen.
No. You're going to, just like brushing your teeth, you're going to be doing this every day for the rest of your life, and it's just going to get rid of the fuzzy sweater a bit. That's it. Okay. I'll see you on the forum. I'll see you next week. And Sadrine, I'm going to go off, get a glass of water, and come back and see you for your interview. Namaste, everybody.
Namaste.
Good, happy teeth brushing.